Hi, my name is Michael.G, and I'm an inventor and a machinist, and today going to discuss a few of my knives and some modifications I made to them. In general, we're going to be talking about the BK11, BK14, and also the BK24. These two are carbon steel, and this one is a D2 metal. I'm not really going to get into evaluating the knives from top to bottom. You guys know what these knives are. Going to go over first a few issues I have with the knives and my modifications and see if that helps, and maybe other people might be interested in doing it themselves. And we'll start with the BK11. When you hold this knife, you tend to see that the pinky has no place to go, and of the three knives, this one is not very comfortable to hold. Yes, I know you can get you can put some scales on them to make them thicker, but still it just doesn't feel right. And that's my gripe with that knife. And then when we go to the BK11, we have more real estate, does feel better, and even if you use it without the scales, still feels good. What you do tend to feel though is that the knife seems like the blade might twist in your hand. The knife might twist in your hand because of, again, the way you're holding it. And here's the real point to this video, is that the natural hand is in this position, almost like it was made with the index finger sticking forward. So what happens in this knife, I find it more often to use it like this, but it's quite dangerous to do that. And with this knife, the BK11, it would be even more advantageous because the finger grooves down here actually complement this location and hold. So my modification for these three knives, are really two types of knives. This knife are very similar, only the different steels, would be as follows. Now we take the BK11 and we grind out a finger groove right here, and now your hand is in the natural operation, like your at rest position. Now you can make this custom fit to your hand. I'll show you how I did it, with the materials in a second. And we believe that this is a fantastic upgrade, and they can cost you little or no money. And if ESEE and Ka-Bar implement this, it would really make their knife look more of a custom knife for very little amount of modification. And you'll notice on this BK24, again, fits really good in the hand now, which somehow this doesn't feel good in my hand. In fact, the BK11, I wouldn't use this knife, and I bought these knives because I like the blade shapes. I like ESEE. I've been using ESEE for a long time. In fact, I'll show you one of the knives that I hate, which happens to be an ESEE 4. And you can even see I nicked the blade. And the reason I hate these knives is because I can't get rid of them. Every time I use it and try and replace it, if I was to replace this knife, you'd get like a fancier looking knife, and then you don't want to use it. And you know what? Fit, finish, great knife, works really good, can't get rid of them. Now you notice this has the finger groove, but the difference between this finger groove, it's almost the same depth. So it's a better than just having it exactly the same. But now when you look at this one, the BK24, you could see how much further up and higher it is, and it really is a very comfortable knife now. It makes this much more planted in your hand, and again, you can make this finger groove very easily, and I'll show you how I did that right now. I'll just clean this up a bit. I'll pull these guys away. To make this modification, first thing you need is safety glasses. I'm telling you, #1 tool, you gotta have it. #2, I use a Jorgensen clamp. And then #3, you need a drill press And just either like these drum sanders. This is a drum sander with sandpaper, and these are just just little sanding drums you can get anywhere, and they're very easy. The smallest size where I start out with is about 0.65 to 0.7 inches. I start out with this size, and if you just keep it in the drill press in one location, it'll actually make a curve in there, because this will start becoming curved. As you can see, it's slowly beveled. But what I was doing, I was going up and down with the drill press as I was moving it in with my Johnson vise. And then I would finish off with a bigger size, which would be about 8.5. No, not 8.5, 8.5 inches. So 0.85 inches, 0.85 inches. Okay, so that would be the size. This is not catching right now. Sorry about the blurriness, but this is my first video using tools. So 0.85 inches, and I start out with 0.65 to 0.7 on the little guy. If you have big fingers, you can go all the way up to 0.9 or 1 inch, whatever you feel more comfortable. Because remember, this is now makes it much more functional knife with that extra finger groove, and the finger groove has to be higher than the other grooves, and that's what makes it really better. That's why on the BK24 and which would be the same as the BK14, it would be much more advantageous. Really simple. When using a drill press, keep in mind the drill press is probably the most dangerous of machine tools, because nobody really considers how to hold things properly. You could do this by hand, but I suggest you don't. And the reason why is that this is so easy. You literally clamp it down like this, you see? And you put the edge of this right here on the bottom face of your table, and you just work it in. That's all you have to do, is just work it in. And then if you want, you go up and down. You go up and down with this, and it'll make a nice, quick bevel, a finger groove. It'll be really clean. You can see it's really clean. And then just touch the corners a bit with sandpaper. You want to get in there a little bit, because you don't want to have like a possible sharp there. Again, it's easier to see this on the BK24. And since the BK24 is thicker, it actually might even feel better to the hand. Also keep in mind, this one I did a little further away. I forgot what to call this, but somebody's probably going to correct me on the video. Whereas this, or the finger guard, and this one I did it closer to the finger guard. I actually ate a little bit of it, because you can see the original finger guard has a circle radius edge, whereas this one now, it's like almost pointy. Between the two, for me, like it a little bit further up on the blade. You don't really lose much on the real estate. And the comparative knife to this would be the Azula 2. However, if you look at the Azula 2, again, your hand is all the way down, and your finger still wants to go and hold a knife like this. So, in a sense, you're getting a little bit more blade length than the Azula 2. As you can see, you're getting a lot more heft of a knife compared to the Azula 2, and even though the Azula 2 is really nice and you can hold it really tight, this gives you much more detailed work. If you're using it for EDC or using it for working, my full-time work has to do with cutting wire all day, so I'm always cutting wire, and this makes it really simple to hold in the hands. And I hope this video was helpful. Remember, please wear safety glasses. And if you can, do this with Jorgensen clamp. Use the Jorgensen clamp. It's safer. If you by chance catch the revolving drum sanders from the drill press, it'll twist and your hands will be far away. It'll be almost impossible for this thing to whip out of the Jorgensen clamp, but it could whip out of your hands. And if you're going to take that chance. Try taping up the blade really well so that you don't hurt yourself. And this is a relatively inexpensive fix. I mean, this is a relatively inexpensive fix for knives that are already very well made. However, you know what? We can make them better. And that's the point. The point is that this improvement will make you, it'll feel more like a custom knife than it does like a regular manufactured knife, even though these two, you know, are made in Taiwan. You know, sorry to tell you guys, I don't know why you guys went to Taiwan. You know, we like our American-made knives, but you guys chose to go to Taiwan. But see how great it feels? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, my name is Michael G, and be safe.